There are a lot of things I wish I would have known before moving to Mexico, and some of them are really surprising. The first one is that I found that poor Mexicans are a lot more generous than rich Americans. That's truth. There was one time I got lost in Mexico, like straight up lost, about to freeze to death in the middle of the night. And you know who came to my rescue? Was these poor, broke vagabonds who had a fire for me to sit by, a blanket to put over my shoulders, and a little bit of coffee in the morning to get me back on the road and figure out where I was going. People in Mexico, I found, are much more generous than even people who are much more well off than them in the United States. Another thing I wish I'd known before moving to Mexico is that I didn't need to get residency before I moved to Mexico. I could have just gotten a tourist visa. I didn't need to go to spend the time and the money and the hassle getting the temporary residency. I mean, it was useful because now I have a bank account here. My daughter was able to go to school. You know, you can buy a vehicle and stuff like that, join the public health care program if you're on residency here. But you can move to Mexico essentially without actually getting residency. Something that I really wish I would have known before I moved to Mexico was that the infrastructure here for things like transportation and internet and power are just not as good as you might want them to be if you're trying to run like a full-time, solid online business. And that's because I moved into a place where power would frequently go out, the internet would frequently go out, and I tried living there for like 4 months, but man, I was just losing clients and it was costing me so much money and time just trying to deal with that every day that eventually I had to move on. Overall, I would just say that I wish I would have known that beforehand because I might have been able to pick a place that had better infrastructure, somewhere that was more well known as being like a digital nomad and expat destination, like the capital city or Merida or Cancun, someplace like that. Playa del Carmen, probably even better than Cancun. The fourth thing I wish I would have known before moving to Mexico is how important Spanish actually was going to be. Like, obviously they speak Spanish there, but you know, sometimes as Americans we have this mindset that everybody should speak English, or that maybe they all do, or that if we go to another country we can speak English and get by just fine. I think that it's a lot more important than what I originally thought, and I would recommend to most people that they really get to know Spanish and use it every day because it's going to save them time, it's going to save them money, and it's just going to make their social life and everything just much more pleasant while living here. The fifth thing that I wish I'd known before moving to Mexico is that you can like this video to help more people find it, and you can comment down below to let me know where you're looking at living in Mexico. And I'm just joking. The fifth thing that I wish I'd known about living in Mexico is how relatively affordable getting around is. For example, taxis are pretty cheap, but you can also find things like Didi and Uber and WhatsApp groups locally to contact the taxis. It might cost like $1 or $2 to get across town. No more than probably $5 in the most expensive places. If you're on the islands, it can get a little bit higher. The sixth thing I'd wish I'd known before moving to Mexico is the disparity of which we hear news in the United States about how dangerous Mexico is compared to how safe it actually feels while you're there. In the United States, if you're listening to the news about Mexico, it's like, oh, there's gunshots, oh, there's people dying, oh, there's gangs and stuff taking over cities, and it seems so dangerous and scary. But when I'm in Mexico, it's never like that. It's always super peaceful, everyone's really relaxed, it's super chill. I've never felt like I was in danger there ever. I mean, other than that time when I got kind of lost, like that felt pretty dangerous. The seventh thing I wish I'd known before I moved to Mexico is how easy it is to order food. You know, you can get on things like Uber Eats or Didi Food or Rappi, or you can even get on local Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups and things like that, and you can basically order food from any restaurant in town. Most of them will deliver it themselves just on their motor scooter. Others will, you know, rent out Rappi or Uber Eats or something like that. But a lot of them will send it to you, and it's only going to be, you know, 50 cents delivery charge. Many times it's free. I don't think I've ever paid more than $1 for a delivery charge in Mexico, and you can get all the kinds of food you want, and it's so good and delicious. The eighth thing I wish I'd known before moving to Mexico is how easy it is to get things like Walmart delivered as well. You can sign up for their monthly program, or you can just pay for a delivery whenever you need it. It makes it so much easier than actually having to go to the store, especially if your Spanish isn't very good. So super easy to live there using apps. The ninth thing I wish I'd known before moving to Mexico is how welcoming everyone truly is in the country. I mean, if anything, people are almost too welcoming of Americans, you know? It's like They know we're coming and they're ready for us. You know, it's almost like it's too easy to move there, is almost what I'm saying. You know, there's like some countries where you can move to and it feels like, man, this is a real challenge. This is a struggle. Whereas like in Mexico, it's like, yeah, this kind of just feels like LA. My 10th thing that I wish I'd known before moving to Mexico is the difference in a $6 meal. That is, in the United States, if I'm gonna go spend $6 on a meal, like what am I gonna get? Burger King or something like that, you know? Not that I'm gonna hate on them. I do love me some chicken nuggets and french fries, stuff like that. But if you're gonna be in Mexico and you're gonna spend $6, again, you can go through one of those Facebook groups or one of those WhatsApp groups or you know, one of those apps or something like that, and you can get a really good meal delivered for $6. And it's much more healthy than what you can get in the United States. So not only is it more delicious, it's more healthy, you're also just gonna spend less overall because you don't have to go out to $20, $30 restaurants. So I'm gonna put some more videos up right here about moving to Mexico. Go ahead and pick one and let me know down in the comments what you're thinking about when it comes to moving to Mexico. And please like this video so more people can watch it. I appreciate you.